You're listening to Rockland News' Election Edition. Thanks for joining us this evening. All right, so we're taking a chance. Basically, I think we're going to have George Holman chiming in a few moments. We'll find out. If not, we'll be deleting this episode. This episode is sponsored by Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp, located in Hackensack, New Jersey, Kobe Sushi, Susan Bova from Coldwell Banker Realty, Lauren Molino Muller from Howard Hanna Realty, Whole Shot Bagels in Haverstraw, New York, 99 Signs. A business without a sign is a sign of no business. The Workforce Development Board of Rockland County, Rockland Works. Get a job! And FZ Perfection, located in Congers, New York. Thank you for joining us on Rockland News this evening. We've been covering the elections, and it's been some tight races all around. We're just going to give you some election results right now until George Holman pops in. We're not sure if he's going to be able to make it, but I just texted him, and here he is. He's in the lobby. We're just bringing him in. George, thank you for joining us on Rockland News this evening.
Thanks, Tom. Really happy to join you. I only have a couple of minutes because we're about to go down and declare victory.
That's okay. No, let us know. How does it go? I have your election results right here. How did it go?
So we're up by about 16 points. There's just a few percentage points left. So obviously we won an overwhelming victory. I could tell you that for the first time since 1958, the Republican Party won every council seat and the supervisor's race, the highway superintendent and the town clerk and the town judge. It was a Republican sweep in Clarkstown, and I am so humbled and grateful for the support of the people of Clarkstown. It was a very, very convincing victory. I think that it really demonstrates that, the residents of Clarkstown are willing to cross, party lines. It's a 2-to-1 Democratic to Republican registration advantage, and we won with almost 60% of the vote.
That's wild.
And so it's a mandate from the voters of Clarkstown, and we're going to continue to roll up our sleeves and do what they sent us here to do. We're going to fight against we're going to enforce our codes. We're going to fight against people that are trying to illegally convert their properties. We're going to make sure that we're having responsible development, and we're going to keep taxes in check. In 10 years as town supervisor, we've cut taxes or kept them flat in half of my budgets. We've only had a 10% tax increase over 11 years in the town of Clarkstown since I've been town supervisor. There's no other place that can really speak about that record, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm just humbled and grateful to the residents of Clarkstown. This is my hometown. I was born here, raised here. I've raised my kids here. And it means the world to me that the people of Clarkstown have overwhelmingly voted to return me to office in a bipartisan manner.
Yeah, and that plays into the next several years. And you mentioned about making sure that responsible housing is at the forefront of your administration. There's been a variety of issues over the last several years, especially since COVID has died down, and residential housing has been an issue over the past several years. So, what would you say as far as code enforcement? Do you feel that there's a way forward to making sure that there's a responsible way of dealing with violations?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Tom, and what I can tell you is we are going to pass our budget on Thursday, our final budget. But in our tentative budget, we were under the tax cap, and we are adding 2 code enforcement officer positions. That's what we need to do. We're putting more money into our courts. We're putting more money into our police department. We are going to make sure that Clarkstown is safe and that the garbage that goes on in other parts of the county and in the Hudson Valley will not happen here. You buy a single family home, you expect that the neighbors around you are going to maintain a single family home. And if they don't, we are going to come in and we're going to kick their ass, and we're going to make sure that it's a single family home. We are the only town that's actually doing search warrants. We've executed over 60 since I've been town supervisor. We have an aggressive code enforcement policy. Listen, I'm not going to get into the campaign. My opponent spread a whole bunch of misinformation. We have raised millions of dollars in fines. We have shut down illegal housing across the town. We need to have more code enforcement officers, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we continue to add those resources, because that's my commitment to the people of Clarkstown. That's what I was elected on, and that's what we're going to continue to serve under.
Gotcha. Well, George Holman, hopefully it goes well tonight. Right now, what we have is 10,820 votes for your administration versus 8,099 for Eugene Bondar. So it looks like 57% to 42%. So that's pretty telling. And if everything goes well, we'll look forward to speaking with you tomorrow.
Yeah, no, Tom, what I can tell you is this is kind of unprecedented because unfortunately for the Republican Party across the Hudson Valley and across New York State, frankly, across the country, Republicans didn't do as well. But here in Clarkstown, we bucked the trend and we won everything, and we won everything by large and convincing margins. So I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. And more importantly, I look forward to getting back to rolling up my sleeves and working for the people of Clarkstown, my hometown where I was born and raised. I'm Tom, you can't see it. I'm standing here in our room at the Hilton. We have lots of people around, and amongst the people that are here, I have one of my good friends. We graduated high school together, Kenny Cook. Every 2 years, he comes to get our election results, and he's one of the first to congratulate me, and it's just great. But what it speaks to, Tom, is I'm a hometown kid, and I'm a hometown kid that literally I'm honored to be able to serve as the town supervisor in the town that I was born and raised in. Look forward to talking to you again tomorrow, Tom. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. And George Holman, current town supervisor for the town of Clarkstown, thank you for being on Rockland News Podcast today. You can just pull you out
Okay.
so you can do your thing.
Yeah.
For being
Thanks, Tom. They're calling me to get downstairs to go live on News 12. Thanks so much.
Not a problem. Thank you.
I have it in my jacket.
Okay.
George Holman. I'm actually going to chime in with my friend John Sandak. I'm actually going to text him the link to hop onto Rockland News. My friend John Sandak. And I can be non-objective about this, ladies and gentlemen, because John is running for town board in the town of Tuxedo, which is outside of Rockland County. So I could be a little less objective about his ultimate, how he does. I'm actually curious about that. Let me see if I can find out while we're on the air, ladies and gentlemen. One moment, please. Let's see. Enhanced voting. You go to rocklandnews.com/Rockland election 2025. You can check out all the results there. I'm just trying to find out the votes for Tuxedo. I might not be able to do that. Damn it. How can I do that? Hold on. Rockland County, New York. Let me see. Orange County, New York. Let me see if I could do it that way. This is just by typing and stuff, so I apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. Nope, no election results. Orange County elections. Let me try it this way. Oh, there we go. Okay. Orange County election results, November 4th, general election. And this just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that nothing is perfect. I'm going to take a picture of this. Now, this is absolutely, there we go. This is absolutely a very solid website, but they spelled general election EELCTION. Election. Nice job, guys. All right, let's see how my friend John Sandak did in Tuxedo, NY. How did it go? There we go. All right. Council member. There we go. John Sandak, my man. 33.99%. Vote for 2. So it looks like John Sandak, my pal, is going to be in as council member for Tuxedo. So right now we got Deirdre Murphy and John Sanzak, 39% and 33.99%. John Sanzak is going to be council member for Tuxedo. Christopher A. Dahlbaum with 26% of the vote. Looks like it's not going to happen. But my man, John Sandek, and I don't want to make this weird. He's a good friend of mine. I know him for literally like about 20 years or so. Really happy for him, not them. Well, I mean, Deirdre Murphy is also in, and John and Deirdre worked in tandem in order to achieve council member. So the two of them, it looks like they are in like Flynn. And we have Howard Phillips in the lobby. And we have Howard Phillips in on the podcast today. Howard, how you doing tonight? Howard. Howard, are you there? Oh my goodness, Howard. Howard.
I am.
Howard, are you there?
I would think today.
Howard? They're at the party right now, ladies and gentlemen. They can't talk. Very busy.
Thank you.
Howard, are you there?
Congratulations, Howard. Good job. Take care, Gail.
Hey, Howard, are you there?
Oh, Tom, where are you? I'm trying to track you down here. Okay, I got you.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well, Tom.
Okay, you're live on Rockland News. How's it going? It looks like you got a pretty resounding.
So we had a great win, especially in West Haverstraw. We had both trustees, Robert LeGros and Peter Eckert, win by large amounts.
Yeah.
We're very proud of them. You know, you have two individuals who have done an extraordinary amount of work in our community. Bob LeGros has served our community for literally years. Peter Eckert, before he got into government, has been actively doing things in our community with the youth. He was one of the catalysts behind forming the Haverstraw Police Athletic League, but people know him. You can't replace that when it comes to the people within our community. They know who's been out there doing the work. They know who has been out there helping them and serving them in many different capacities. So we're really proud of that. I'm proud of my town candidates. You know, we have a great team up here in Haverstraw. The Haverstraw Democrats have probably been the longest successful group of elected officials in the county of Rockland. And that is only become because of the hard work that they do every single day. I was just talking about how much our town clerk does in our community. She opens her doors to people that are new to the country. She's done last year. She did over 200 marriages of individuals in the town of Haverstraw. Just an unbelievable amount. And,
Right.
we forget that, so many people that come to this country that are brand new, they don't have the money, they don't have the things that we have. And she just puts on an amazing ceremony. So it's wonderful to see.
That's right.
Our town justice, Yvonne Santos, same thing. Superintendent of Highways, Bart Gordon. Councilman Vincent Gamboli. We rely on Vince Gamboli for so much when it comes to capital projects. He just has a great knowledge and experience. And Papo Cancel, of course, Papo was a coach of so many of the youth, not just in Haverstraw, but all of North Rockland. It's just a great thing to see. So we're
Yeah.
very happy. We're very pleased. But we're also humbled at the same time to receive such support from the people of Haverstraw. And if I could say one thing to them, your confidence in us only makes us want to go out and achieve more and do more for the community.
Nice. Well, I see there's a few close races out there, actually. Vincent Gamboli 3,395 votes versus Istro cancel. So the game ain't over yet.
Well,
So
they're on the same team together,
uh-huh.
and there were two positions, so both of them are successful.
Oh, good.
They didn't have any opposition, and both of them did very, very well.
Got it. I have to do my homework better. I should have known that. I should have looked at the screen in front of me.
Don't worry, it gets confusing.
It
Not only
does.
does it get confusing with who has opposition and who doesn't, it gets confusing in Haverstraw because you have the town of Haverstraw, you have the village of Haverstraw, you have the village of West Haverstraw. So it's understandable to get a little confused at who's running against who.
Well, there's no confusion on how everything went with you, sir, because it looks like you got 98% of the vote, 3,719 thus far. Somebody out there got 38 votes. Somebody out there got 38 votes. So,
Well, you know what? We've got to find who that person is. You know, I tell you, I think it was my wife probably doing a write-in against me.
you never know, right?
You never know. You never know. But again, it was a great team effort. We've been extremely successful. You know, I was just saying that we can have our differences, but at the end of the day, we have to come together as one united Democratic Party. And let me also say, I'm extremely proud of the fact that the Conservative Party has endorsed our candidacy for years. They see that we're fiscally conservative.
Right.
We watch everything we spend. We are very pro police. We have done an amazing job with our police department. We probably have more involvement with our police and our community than any other department in the state of New York. And that is really directly attributable to the officers that we have hired, that they give back to the community, but especially the youth. You know, other communities have problems with the youth and police. We don't seem to have that problem, and it's because our officers are out there. We have the North Rockland Police Youth Academy. We have the Explorers. We have a Law Enforcement Day. We do a number of different things with them. They have badges for baseball, which has turned into a great event. And we have the book reading with the police officers. We have four school resource officers. We have one youth officer. We also have two officers that concentrate on the downtown area on bicycles, but then they get involved in talking to the youth. So it really has been an overall effort, I think, by everyone
Yeah.
to really provide, I think, a town government, village governments that work for the people, not ourselves.
Yeah. So what you're getting at is that the police officers are not just enforcers, they're friends.
Oh, they are. They are. And, you know, so many of them live in the community, and so many of them that don't are involved in the community. You'll find them coaching Little League. You'll find them coaching youth football, hockey, basketball. There's so many of them involved with the PAL. And then, you know, with this Cal Ripken, I have to proudly say that we started that with Bill Madden and Veolia Water,
Yeah.
which was really a great program where they mentor students before and during and after the game. They talk to them about, you know, life experiences. It's been a great lesson, and it's been a great program for us.
Awesome. Howard, thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully everything goes well. It looks like there's some pretty resounding leads, so enjoy the evening.
Yes.
Look forward to how everything goes tomorrow.
And I'll have to talk to my wife about those write-in votes, Tom.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
we know how that goes. Like conversation
Take care. You enjoy the evening. Bye-bye.
Take care. All right, Howard Phillips, everybody from the town. He's the town supervisor for Haverstraw, And thank you for joining us. I got you, Howard. Don't worry about it. Okay, awesome. So we got like about 9 minutes left. I actually have to go to sleep in a little while because I do have to work tomorrow, as many of you do. So we're not going to make this a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning thing. We'll leave that to the brilliant people that are out there on Fox News and CNN and everything in between. But I'm going to give you the election results one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, how everyone is doing across the board. And I hope you appreciate me for reporting these results. For the 3 people that are listening right now, I hope you appreciate me. All right, let's get into the election results and get the hell out of here. All right, at the moment, here's where we're at. County Executive Ed Day, 31,000 votes to 10,745 votes for Michael Parietti. Looks like Ed Day is going to get in for his next term. Rock on, rock on. And then we have a whole bunch of other things, but I just want to comment at the top level about this for a minute. Let's look at this and we all did hopefully everybody that's listening went out there and voted and actually voted. But let me make a little commentary about this. County executive race, approximately 42,000 people voted. That's less than 10%. Less than 10% of the people in Rockland County that voted. I'm just taking a guess that if you went to the polls, you voted for who the county executive for our county was going to be. It's like not as big as the U.S. elections or the state elections, but, county executive, hopefully you voted. Only less than 10%. My goodness, people, what the F is wrong with you? Whatever. I hope that you do better in 2026. I hope! And if you don't, that's fine. We just have more things to make fun of. County Executive Ed Day, looks like he's going to be a shoo-in at 73%. That's 31,061 votes. Against Michael Parietti, 25% of the vote. It's 10,745 votes. Legislative District 13, I don't even know where that is. Moshe Hopstein, 86% of the vote. He's a shoo-in. Sorry, I'm coughing. George Holman, 10,820 votes, 57%. Versus Eugene Bondar, 8,099 votes, 42% of the total vote. Howard Phillips, 98% of the vote. He's in. Teresa M. Kenny, 97% of the vote. She's in. Michael Specht, 95% of the vote. He's in. Supervisor for Stony Point, congratulations to our new supervisor for Stony Point. Amy Conklin Stam at 95.72%, 2,214 votes. Rock on. Clarkstown Council Ward 1. This isn't going to be decided tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Mark B. Licker, 2,457 votes versus John P. Valentino, 2,514 votes. So just to be very clear, right now, John P. Valentino is in the lead with 49.84% of the votes versus Mark B. Licker, 48.71% of the votes. I mean, no, this can't be discussed on air. Clarkstown Ward 2, looks like Mark Graziano is going to win, 53.28% of the votes. That's 2,871 votes against Gregory Sheehan, 46.67% of the votes. That's 2,515. So at the moment, it looks like Mike Graziano is going to win that one. Donald Franchino clearly in the lead at Ward 3. That's 55% of the votes against Daniel P. Maher, 44.11% of the votes. Town Council Ward 4 in Clarkstown. Robert A. Axelrod, 54% of the votes. That's 2,755 to Gina DeFelice at 45.77%. That's 2,326 votes. I know, enthralling. Haverstraw Town Council. Vote for 2. Vincent Gamboli, Isidro Cancel. As Howard Phillips mentioned on the air, they're both in, not just one, they're both in. Next up, Daniel W. Sullivan and Brian M. Donahue, looking good. 35 and 36% of the vote. Tiffany M. Sturviant Morrison, not looking good at the moment, with 27% of the vote. Town Council for Ramapo. Vote for 2. Yehuda Weissmandel and David Wananunununu. Both are getting a resounding lead in votes, so they'll be back in on the Town Council of Ramapo. Town Council of Stony Point, Keith Williams and Todd W. Rose. I keep on saying that it's a tough race between the two of them, but it's not, because the both of them are going to get in. 49% and 48%. Tough race there, ladies and gentlemen. Tough race. Lauren M. Wall from the town clerk for Clarkstown. 50. Got to get off the air soon. 55% of the vote for Lauren M. Wall versus David R. Bruin. 44% of the vote. Looks like Lauren is in. Town clerk for Haverstraw, Raquel Ventura, as Howard Phillips mentioned. She is fantastic with presiding over marriages. 99.51% of the vote, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a feat to be discarded. Orangetown Town Clerk, Rosanna Sfravka. Hope I said that right. 98% of the vote. That's 8,000 people voted just for her. Wow. And then you got some receiver of taxes. Kathy Campbell Lyons, she's in for Stony Point. Superintendent of Highways for Clarkstown, Robert E. Malone, he's in. Superintendent of Highways Haverstraw, John Bart Gordon, is in with 99% of the vote. Look at you. Superintendent of Highways for Orangetown, James J. Dean, 98.45%. Superintendent of Highways for Ramapo, 98% for Frederick M. Brin. That's 9,276 votes. How do you do that? Like, how do you get 9,276 people to vote for you? I can't even get like 4 people to vote for me for being on this podcast. Joe Rands is in over at the Village of Nyack with 1,237 votes. That's 98% of the vote in the Village of Nyack. Village Mayor, Village of Piermont. Right now, Nathan S. Mitchell is in the lead with 460 votes. That's 51.2% against Kevin Timoney, 446 votes. That's 48%. Village Mayor for Suffern, Michael Curley, is in, 98.27%, 1,592 votes. Village Mayor, Village of Spring Valley, looks like at the moment, Shenley Vital, 1,940 votes. That's 81% of the vote against Aaron Stern, which is only 225, 9.45%. Goodbye to Alan Simon. You were such a fantastic, fabulous, lovely, beautiful, perfect, amazing, gorgeous, fabulous, lovely, perfect, whatever. Have a nice retirement wherever you go. Village Trustee, Village of Nyack, Joe Carlin and Nathalie Riobi Taylor are in. 1,206 votes and 1,162 votes. Village trustee for the Village of Piermont, Michael Wright and Catherine McCabe are in with 643 votes and 654. Village trustee for the Village of Suffern, Joe Megan Corrigan and Clark W. Osborne are in with approximately 1,500 votes a pop. Look at you. Look at you. Village of Spring Valley, Joseph Gross, 1,745 votes, and Sherry McGill, 1,109. Both of them are in, ladies and gentlemen. They're in. And finally, and this was a four-way race, but it looks like at the moment, Peter R. Eckert and Robert J. LeGros will be the village trustees for the Village of West Haverstraw, defeating Kathleen Cool and Helene M. Nemeth. So they had 860 votes and 816 votes, respectively, to Kathleen Cool and Helene M. Nemeth, 500 and 373, respectively. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can check out for the 9th Judicial District. I really don't want to get into it at this point because it's 11:02, and I promised I was going to be off the air, and I'm hiccuping at this point. I just want to get off the air. We've had two town supervisors on the air. We're good. Tomorrow we'll probably have County Executive Ed Day and a few others, but you got the election results here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you all for checking in on this podcast, as flawed as it is. Pause. Okay, let's get into our sponsors. I really want to thank our sponsors here. Here we go. Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp, located in Hackensack, New Jersey, Kobe Sushi with their new music lounge, which is music on Wednesdays and Saturday nights, jazz. Susan Bova, Coldwell Banker Realty, Lauren Molino Muller from Howard Hanna Round Realty, Whole Shot Bagels, 99 Signs. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next time.